Good morning and welcome.
Good morning, hello and welcome. This is going to be a strange little video. So if you don't want to watch a strange little video, thanks for tuning in. Ciao for now. No, really. Yeah, I'm in the van, as you can see. I'm just about to put my coat on and I'm in a little fishing harbour at the moment. We parked overnight. It's Almwick. Almwick? I think it's A-L-M-C-H. Almwick, something like that. Beautiful, beautiful little fishing village. It's something to do with copper mining. But that's the big story, the big picture. I'm only doing the small one. I've got this with me this morning. This is it. This is all I'm taking is a little tiny bag. I'm going for a walk around the harbour. I'm going to walk up round onto the cliff line, have a look at the seaside. And I've got the XT4. And on this, I've got the 16 to 80 lens. That's all I'm taking with me. Shock horror, really, isn't it? But yeah, I just thought I'll go for a walk and have a look and see what's around. But the first stop is breakfast. There's a lovely little cafe shack at the top of here, next to the toilets. Perfect. So, of course, I haven't walked far, literally a few steps from the van. You can see the van's behind me, just there. And I've already taken my first shot. And this is a storytelling photo. This is a boat, harbour, the old copper mine buildings and stuff like that. So it's telling the story, taking the picture that actually tells the story of where we are and what's going on. And Miss Marta's got her phone on the go, as per normal. She likes to take photographs on her phone. She's very much into her Instagram and her TikToks. And we're also using this bit of rope down here, just as that filler to make the story a little bit more. So you've got the rope, the harbour wall, the little boat and the old building in the background. Some old buildings over the back here which are really, really nice, really quite pretty. I quite like this. Beautiful little harbour. I will put the what three words to where I'm actually parked up for you so you can come and visit yourself, because along this edge here, it's free parking. Whoa! Don't get many of that these days, do you? It is a nice harbour though. Right, so I've not even moved 5 feet really. I took this little boat over back there because I've still got the building, again telling the story, but I just want to explain this one. This one in front of me, I've got this red boat. The red boat really, really prominent. It's an old sort of looking red boat. And then I've got a couple of other little boats behind it, but again, I've got another old building behind that. And I've got houses above it. So I'll take a picture with the houses in, which I don't like, and then I'm going to crop in, lose the houses, and maybe make it a 10x8 or a 4x5 style. And I've also got a red Lifebuoy thing which I'm going to clone out. I don't like that. And it's all about the harbour. In fact, I can crop this out in camera. I'm going to show you this one as well. So I've got two boats, building and a little bit of harbour. I'm not doing anything fancy. f5.6 ISO 400 to give me a bit of shutter speed, and that's it. It's simple, really. We just ordered our breakfast. We've got bacon and egg sausage, bun coming, and a nice coffee. And then we're going to go for a walk. We're going to head off up and over. We're going to take ourselves up and over around that way, and we'll come back this side and do this side and have a look around here. So yeah, very, very pretty. And I'm definitely ready for a nice bit of bacon and sausage. Perfect. So that was breakfast done. We're just making our way now, heading down towards the harbour. And the harbour, if you look just in front of us that way, you can see we're at the head of the harbour, or the top of the harbour, looking straight down it. Is there a picture there? There probably is, with a nice sky or something, but yeah, there maybe is, even with this grey, murky sky. They give this weekend to be nice and sunny and quite pleasant, and I think they've told porkies. But yeah, it's a really nice village. I've just been talking to a couple of locals up at the food shack, whatever you want to call it. Sausage and bacon, egg, really nice, enjoyed that. Will I take a snap of this? No, don't think so. I'm going to move on, but up the top, and I don't know whether I'm going to split this video and break it and carry on for the walk and then come back to another video, but there's actually chemical works at the top, and I've been itching to get inside and have a nose round for a long time, so there could be a second video. with the chemical works. But for now, we're going to head up onto the side of the coast, have a little look and see what's up there. There's a little old windmill, or remains of a windmill up there, and literally just have a walk with a camera, and that's it. Just simple walk with a camera and try not to slip over on these slippy rocks. So I've noticed in different places as we're walking around, there's numbers on the things, and there's a copper mine heritage centre over by where the van's parked over the other side of the harbour there. I assume if you go in there, you can get a map that tells you all these numbers of places. That building I've just taken a picture looking down the harbour had number 13 on it. So I'm going to try and find the information. There's another one here, look, number 15 is up on that wall there. So I'm going to see if I can try and find that information and see if I can work out what these buildings were. But it's all to do with the copper mine industry. You've got Perry's Mountain not far away from here, which I've done a video for, and if I can find it, I'll pop a link up for you so you can have a look at Perry's Mountain. But these are all the buildings, obviously, for mining the copper out back in the day. But yeah, it's a pretty, I'm going to say it again, it's a pretty and it's a nice, quiet little, and it's a town, not a village. I called it a village earlier, and one of the locals put me right, it's a town because of the population. There's some fishermen going on down there on the other side, so we're going to walk around onto the harbour wall and have a little nose out there. It's quite cool. We're walking underneath the edge of the cliff here, which is quite cool for a little tiny thing. Boats Amwick Port is getting ready to go out by the looks of it, do his thing. Probably a bit of fishing, I would have thought. It's actually a working port. Yeah, so far, I'm liking this. So we've climbed up on the top now. We've walked up a little bit and come up onto the hill above the harbour. You can see the harbour wall just down there where the fishermen are. And you're just getting a bit of a sight now of the chemical works. This old factory, and there's some old buildings, and I'm longing to get inside. And I know behind this bush here there's a load more. So we're going to walk round. First port of call would probably be old Windmill, which is just a relic. Let's go and look at that first, and then I think we might take you inside and have a quick nose inside if we can. As I say that, look, we just come around the corner and there she is. That's our old windmill. So if we can get up and have a nose of that, we will. But first of all, I'm going to try and take a shot of it with a little bit of the yellow gauze in the foreground, just to give it a little bit of depth and colour. So I said I was trying to try and get some yellow in it, but when I get round here, this bit of yellow there, as I move round, you can see it starts to take over and you can't see the actual mill. So then I've sort of moved around this side and I've come round here. So I'm having a look and see if I can zoom in a little bit more. I'm trying to get this bit of yellow here, bottom underneath it. So I'll try that one first. And if not, let's get up nice and close. I just want to get a nice bright bit of yellow to put in the foreground. And I think probably if I stoop down here, let me show you what I'm doing. If I stoop down and zoom in for this bit here, I might be able to get a bit of yellow in the foreground and then that in the background. It might just look a little bit nicer than actually on its own. We are at the windmill. Pretty cool actually. Let's go have a little nose round it, but look, there she is. Big windmill, and it's got some bluebells down there on the floor. I just wonder if we can get underneath them. And some white bells as well. You don't see them very often, but some very pretty little white bells just here in the bush. I don't know if you can get close enough to get them in though. But I think I managed to get a shot with the yellow gauze. But yeah, this is quite a structure. So I think I've got another shot. I'm going to take one of looking up at the windmill. But if I turn you around, I just want to explain this to you. So as I'm looking up at the windmill, now bearing in mind this is quite a wide angle. So as I'm looking up at the windmill, I can see some windows just as you see in there. So by here, it's not very good. But if I move myself over just about here, I get that window slap bang in the middle of the other window. That to me is a lot better than being off to the side like that. So yeah, let's get a shot, and if it works, I'll put it up on the screen. I've only got a 16mm, I think, so we'll see if we can manage it. Down on her knees there, look, trying to get a shot that I've just taken on my phone. I'll pop my phone picture up on the corner so you can have a quick nose of it, but I saw the water and I assumed I could see a reflection, and I did. Now she's copying my picture. So we've got waterworks, and then I think further around we've got the chemical works. So we're going to have a walk around on a mooch and see if there's a safe way in to have a bit of a nose. Steered a little bit off course really from the landscape, and we're now doing a bit of urban exploration. Just gonna have a bit of a nose and a walk around these old buildings because I just love all this old derelict stuff. Just gonna be watching where we put our feet and not touching anything, because if this is an old chemical works, we don't want to be putting our hands and our tongue and our nose on bits and pieces that we shouldn't do. But old buildings, definitely like old buildings. looks like we've definitely turned into a bit of urban exploration now. We've just come inside one of the buildings, and this is quite an interesting place, and there is a fantastic photograph just there with the old chair and the old radiators and that behind it. But it's hard to work out what these rooms are for, but we're going to have a guess that this is a bit more of a kitcheny type of area, because you've definitely got like a worktop going on in the background there that had obviously a unit in it, and then we've got a toilet and bathroom and shower just here. To come into this room very carefully, we've got a shower unit, and there's definitely what I think is a toilet unit just around this corner here. Yes, it was. I can see the smashed toilet pan down on the bottom. So yeah, very interesting. I do like exploring these, but they're very scary and dangerous places. So you have to be very, very careful what you're putting your feet on and where you're walking. So we're not taking any risks, but this corridor down here is also worthy of a shot. That's going to look right spooky by the time I've taken a picture of that. Ooh. Absolutely love this old chair and this radiator in the background. It really is really cool. Now, the window's quite hard on the back of it because it's really bright. I think what I want to move in a little bit and see if I can just get a shot without the window in, if it's possible. So you just got to be really careful what I'm putting my feet on. But I like the chair and the structure behind it. Just can't quite get there with that. Whoa. With the window, yeah, we've got the chair. I might just be able to darken the window down a little bit, but I don't actually know what that structure is behind it. It looks like some sort of a light, but I don't know. In fact, I'll take a picture of that structure all on its own. Someone might be able to tell me exactly what it is. But yeah, the chair and the radiator, very, very cool. Right, let's see what else we can find in these other rooms and have a bit of a nose. Whoa, just found the power plant. There's a lot of electrical stuff in there. Unfortunately, I can't get a shot of this one like I got of the last old building I was in. But we've got lots of fuses and stuff going on in there. Lots. But I can't get a shot of this. Yeah, we won't go in there. Let's have a little look down here. Always watching what I'm stepping on, because we don't want to be stepping on any needles or glass to go through our boots, do we? Not looking the easiest thing to walk through either. Was that a door banging? Scary. Let's go out through this door here. That corridor though is extremely spooky. There's noises going on. I can hear creaking and sounds. I might have to put my ISO on auto because it's not playing. It doesn't matter what the ISO is. Oh, that's better. Doesn't matter what the ISO is as long as we're getting the shots. And it is extremely creepy because we're getting some right weird noises. Doors banging. Things moving. Come on, let's get out of here. Reception. Right, so already I'm spooked in this one because this is like changing rooms or lockers, and a lot of lockers, and you don't know what's in these lockers, what's been left in these lockers. It's almost like, you know, lots of people have been through here and been in these lockers. It's got a real creepy feel, and there's a shower block over there. So I assuming if this is a chemical works, this was really important for you to be clean before you go home to your wife and family and kids and things. So this has got a really creepy feel to it. And there's a lot more in here as well. Look at all these lockers and shift lockers and all sorts, but there's definitely a few photos in this one. Definitely a few photos in this one, so let me fill my boots with this. Got names. Definitely got some names. We've got Len Phillips, S. Jones, R. Thomas, M. Strawson. Yeah, we've got names on the lockers. It makes it even more eerie. So what I'm trying to do is hold the camera in different positions. So by holding the camera up high, it's giving me a different perspective. And I've got this skylight coming in. The skylight's wicked, to be honest. The skylight's coming in and it's giving me a really cool light shadowing down. And I'm also going to try something by doing really low as well. And by getting really low, I get another different perspective of looking up, which is a bit different to your average eyesight to where your eyes would be. Let's say the skylight's really cool, but I'm not quite sure I can get it in with the actual image, but we'll see what we can do. It's all about looking and seeing the benches again. The benches leading down to the foot benches. Looks like you're something to sit on or to rest your feet on while you're taking your boots off. Look good. The locker numbers as well. All the locker numbers look really cool. So to get the locker numbers maybe and focus in on one particular number. What we got? 60. Let's focus in on 60. And then the rest lead on out. But yeah, a bit spooky and a bit, you just don't know what's in these lockers, do you? I don't want to go poking in everything. But I'm sure they've already been emptied. keep going. And it looks like a little kitchen. And there's another way out round here as well. Big fuse boxes. All the fuses are gone. Looks like a canteen down there. Kitchen area there. Oh yeah, this is cool. Just found the kitchen. Look at this. This is the old kitchen area. So this is your serving hatch. We're just on the other side. So this is your serving hatch. These are your fryers by the looks of it, for all the fat frying. Washing area. Sink. Okay, so all the sinks. An old boiler down here. So let's get a shot of this. I love this. This kitchen unit here. This is fantastic. So it's not very easy to get a good picture of this. We've come to the other side now, and we've got the burner on this side. We've got like 6 rings and a big oven. So I'm just trying to put the camera in a different position that might just give me a little bit of something, because to see it is fantastic, but to actually get a shot of it that looks good is quite difficult. And there's lots of glass around as well, so we're just keeping very aware of what we're putting our feet on and what we're walking on. But it's so cool. And this big extraction hood is amazing. So the articulated screen really does help in situations like this, when you're trying to get different camera angles and looking down and through things, because you can move the screen around and see all round stuff. That's why I like the XT4 for that job. This is really cool. Got paperwork in here. It says food safety. I'm not touching any of it, but then they've got a daily summary of takings. Lots of paperwork. So I've just found a food slicer. So this is where all the hams and the meats and stuff have been munched up. And on a part of the paperwork just now, add the July 03 on it. So that makes it, well, considering we're in May 24, that makes it 20 odd years ago. Gas isolation, nice. More control units, isolation boxes. Right, I think we need to find our way out. There's still a doorway here, so we can go out this doorway, can't we? Whoa. There's some paper on the floor in here.
That was IT room. Hard disk drive. That was IT room.
Looks like it. HP printers.
Yeah.
Definitely IT room, isn't it?
Where?
What year is it? 1988 MS-DOS. She's having a nose. This is, she's a bit more interested in this bit. Miss Martha likes the old technology side of it. And she's having a nose at the old floppy disks and hard drives and modems, and she's got an MS-DOS, which is prior Windows or something, is it? Glad she's got gloves on.
With the black screen and commands and everything. Super cool.
Super cool. Yeah, she's this is her network now. Network, pon. Yeah, definitely this is an IT room. So have a look at the other side, I think, and go and have a nose through the other side of the building. Then it's time to get out. Just had a fright. This door's just slammed shut in front of me. It scared the life out of me.
The Great Lakes, UK Limited.
UK Limited.
Health and safety data sheet.
Health and safety. Right, let's have a nose. I'm always amazed how nature gradually starts to take over and take these places back. As you see, nature is right at the door here, ready to creep back in and pull it all back together. Just be careful of them leaning over. I do love these skylights. They're so cool. It's so good. Paint's chipping off the doors. Look at the size of this. You just love that in your garden, you know, with some ornaments in it. Oh, a dark, dingy corridor. Ooh, very dark and dingy corridor. I could hear the pigeons flying around, yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Bit scary when pigeons fly off in front of you. There's been a lot of pigeons in there. So it looks like we're in the more interesting, not so safety area now. This looks a bit more like testing equipment and lights and knobs and dials and things going on just in here. I'm not sure whether I want to be creeping around in this area. No thoroughfare, so there's no people through there. We've got eye wash things and a little bit more chemical testing, I think. This is a control power unit, yeah. There's a lot of switchgear going on in here for a lot of unit. We're outside now, we're walking down towards the seafront side of it, I suppose, where a lot of the waste would have gone into the sea maybe, and I don't know, you can't speculate on things like this, but it's definitely tidal by the looks of it down here, and you've got lots of red, that would be copper. Obviously a runoff and waters, you've got waterways and sluiceways and all sorts going on. It does fascinate me, all this stuff. I'm also very aware now that we're coming down to more of the dirty side of things, let's say, the chemical side, and I'm not going to be taking too much of a risk. There's a big water pipe pumping gunge out into the sea over there, which is still alive and active. Look at this massive big tube. Let's have a nose. We've got steps, so steps are always inviting, aren't they? There used to be buildings here because you've got tiles and mosaic flooring. See what we can see, you've got a big building here with massive glass windows on it. Again, always conscious of where I'm putting my feet and what I'm putting my feet on. I don't want to be stepping onto anything and puncturing my boots, particularly glass and needles and all sorts. But look at the size of this tube. What was inside that? It really does make you wonder. That is a big, big funnel. Is it open at the end, we ask ourselves? Yes, it was and is. And it looks like someone's actually been in there. It actually looks like someone's been inside. Whoa, yeah, okay. Can you see in there? Let me just flip this camera around. Ready? Woo! That's a big hollow hole. People have actually been inside there and they're like, oh, I'm not going in there, that's for sure. Woo-hoo! I'm pushing my luck. I'm not going any further. It's a bit scary. I'm definitely not going any further. Sort of part of the way in this tube, as you can see. You can hear the echo. Woo! But I don't want to walk down there because there is a dampness on that floor, so I'm definitely not going in. So let's get back outside. Oh, I'm just playing with it. But I've got someone with me, haven't I? So it means I've got that little bit of safety. I'm not on my own. If I hurt myself, I'll get stuck. I think there's a shot here. I like this really dark, moody sky, so I'm going to try and get a photograph. It's just a messy, rough image, but it might be interesting. So my little Osmo that I'm recording you on is about to die. There's not a lot of power left in it. It's coming up and it's showing amber and red. So I'm going to check out now, show you any more pictures that I get of things like these silo things and anything else at the end of this video. Please don't copy me and come into places like this. But I do enjoy a bit of exploration when I get the opportunity to do it, which is not very often. And as long as I've got company or someone around with me as a safety backup. So yeah, it makes a lot of difference. So we're going to carry on walking around, mooch around here. And I know the video started off as a nice, pretty scenic little village or a little town in the harbour. And we ended up urban exploration in a disused chemical factory. Yeah, I told you it was going to be a strange one at the beginning, didn't I? Anyway, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and just please drop your comments. I'm interested to see what you think and hear. Wow, we've got a lighthouse out in the distance. How cool is that? There is definitely some more videos to go from this area. Maybe even we might even spend the night local somewhere and get some more pictures of the pretty side tomorrow. But yeah, I'm going to finish off here down at the seafront, down at the beach. See you next time. Ciao for now. See you soon. And from me and the pretty side of Anglesey, because I didn't even tell you I was in Anglesey, and me, she says.
What do we say?
We're going to get some water, I think. Oh, look at the water. The water's yee. The water looks a bit murky over there, a bit green and not very pretty looking. That'll be that sludge coming out of that funnel. Oh well, we're going to go. Ciao for now. See you soon. Ta-da. Buy this land?
Yeah. You would you?
Yeah, I would.